For this video, I'm going to create a PC and Mac version of how to add a top and a bottom to your box. Okay, so you can see that I've got this assembled in this version here. I'm going to start by going back to we've got Part 1 Studio, which is the one that has the side panel on it, and we're going to create a new element that's going to be the top and the bottom for this box. Okay, which we know is 120 by 120 millimeters for this dimensions. So I'm going to go to the plus sign saying insert new element. I'm going to create a new Part Studio. Okay, and this will create a blank area for me to work on. Okay, I'm going to work on the top work plane and make sure I switch the top view there. Okay, under sketch, I'm going to click on the center point rectangle tool, move to the middle of my screen there, and drag out the shape of it. Now with the PC version you get the dimensions appearing straight away, so we can type in 120 by 120. There we have our box shape drawn out, 120 by 120. Okay, I'm just going to take off that tool and just drag this dimension out of the way there as well, just so it's neat and tidy. Now with the sketch selected, I'm going to go to my extrusion tool and then extrude this, so I know that the material I'm using is 3.8 millimeter ply, so change the depth to 3.8 millimeters and then green tick that to finish that off. So what I should have now is a panel that's 3.8 millimeters thick by 120 by 120 for its dimensions. Okay, and in the menu on the left hand side, I'm going to rename this part, so I'm going to right click on that and go to rename at the top there and just rename this as top. Okay, it will also be the bottom as well, but we'll just call it top for the moment. Okay, now I'm then going to go to my assembly where I've been working, where I've got my 4 parts connected, and you can see here I actually renamed part 1 into side 1, 2, 3, 4 here, just to make it easier for me to identify parts. So I'm going to insert, and I'm going to have a look and see. Now you can see I've created one already for this one, but this is the one I'm going to use. This part here, insert that. Okay, and that puts a copy of that onto the screen for me. And I get my triad manipulator here, which I can drag and move this part around to wherever I want to actually put it. Okay, now there we go, I can move it. Okay, so what I want to do is to mate this with the top of my my object here, and then the underside of the new panel I'm bringing in here. So I'm going to choose my planar mate tool there. I'm going to click on this surface here to highlight it rather, and you can see there that it already shows the possible locations of mates. Now in the past we used the center one, but that's not going to be appropriate for this, otherwise our box will be in the wrong position. So I'm going to choose the edge of it this time, one of the edge tools there. Okay, there. And then I'm going to look at the underside of my lid here. Okay, that doesn't matter really where I put it. I'm going to choose one of the edge parts here, so that edge there. Okay, and that will move into position there. Now you'll say, well, that's not really in position, Mr. Beadle, that seems to be slightly off. But you get this tool here that comes up. Okay, and what this enables you to do is to rotate your object around the mate that you've created. So using this tool here, reorientate secondary axes, and I can rotate the object around till I get it to the position that I actually want it to be in. When I'm happy with that, I can then green tick that. Okay. Now it does ask for a second planar mate on the PC version. You don't need to worry about that. We can just close that off there. That's enough to lock it. Okay. So I'm going to insert the bottom part here, which I know is identical to the top, so that's fine. I can just bring that in. So I'll put that roughly there. Okay. Green tick that. And again, I can use my manipulator to roughly position where this is going to be. Okay. I'm going to take my planar mate tool. I'm going to pick a point on the underside, again picking the edge of the tool there. Okay, there, that's for one. And then I'm going to rotate this around. I'm going to pick the edge of the top of the bottom panel, if you see what I mean. So I'm looking at the edge there, and that should move into position there. I don't need to rotate it because it's correctly in position, black and green tick to place that in place there. And now I have my box set up with a top and a bottom all ready to go. Okay, good luck.